Now there's Skyrizi. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Talk to your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Monday on ET, only we're on set of Guy Fieri's wild new show. Okay, this should be called Guy's Ghetto Game Night, because that's exactly what happened.
We were trying to, but it was trademarked, and you own that.
Yes, we all can't wait for that, but the wait is over for season 2 of your show, Secret Celebrity Renovation. Congratulations, TV wife.
I'm so excited. It's back tonight on CBS, and this season, bigger, better, bigger, literally like 7'1" size bigger than we were last season. So listen, before we go, here is a sneak peek at tonight's episode. It's Billy Gardell's big renovation. Bye, everybody.
All right, Mara, this is for you.
Billy.
Happening now.
The waiting room is empty and the doors are locked at this abortion clinic. However, they're not out of business. So what comes next for the owner of this clinic? We'll have those details coming up.
Things are costing more, we're using our credit cards more, and now interest rates are going up. Coming up, what you should do right now if you carry a balance.
We hit 100 degrees again today, and I think we're going to set some pretty significant records as we head into August. More on that to come. The news at 5 starts right now.
And first at 5 right now, San Antonio police are investigating a shooting at a Northside apartment complex. It happened about 1:15 this afternoon in the 1600 block of Jackson Keller. Police say a 28-year-old woman shot her 33-year-old boyfriend in self-defense. That's what police are telling us.
And they're also telling us it happened right in front of her children, one of them a 9-month-old infant. The man was taken to a nearby hospital in serious condition. The woman was detained, but it's unknown if she will face charges. It's an ongoing investigation. A former San Antonio police officer has now been indicted on nearly 40 counts of child pornography.
The district attorney's office says he had hundreds of lewd files and stalked his ex-fiancée. 44-year-old Matthew Martin now charged with 39 counts of child pornography. That's a jump from 4 counts when he was arrested a year ago.
The DA's office alleges that Martin knowingly had files of children ranging from 7 to 10 years old, showing them engaging in sexual acts. An arrest affidavit states his ex-fiancée turned over his phone to police.
Martin also faces stalking charges. He allegedly harassed his ex-fiancée after they broke up. Martin resigned from the police force in 2018 following a perjury charge from an unrelated case. He was also accused of lying about a criminal case. He didn't face any charges in those cases. The protests outside abortion clinics have fallen silent since the Supreme Court ruling, but now that silence also inside those clinics. Texas' restrictive abortion law is forcing clinics to shut down and women to seek help out of state.
Alicia Barrera spoke with the executive administrator of Alamo Women's Reproductive Services. It's an abortion clinic owned by Dr. Alan Braid, who's known for defying the Texas abortion ban. They say they are still committed to providing full reproductive services, even if they too have to cross state lines.
The silence is deafening.
To have it completely empty and quiet, it's sad, it's kind of eerie too, you know.
Andrea Gallegos is the executive administrator at Alamo Women's Reproductive Services. And although exam rooms are empty and most of the medical equipment packed up, Gallegos says there was and still is a demand for abortions.
It was kind of a race of the clock of how much longer we had to keep scheduling patients, keep seeing patients before the decision came through. So we did have a waiting room full of patients.
Just like their patients, owner and abortion provider Dr. Alan Braid and his staff are planning for abortion services out of state.
We are going to be taking the name Alamo Women's Clinic of Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, a destination state for abortion procedures.
To make the decision at his age to seek a new medical license in another state, and actually in 2 other states, because we're opening Illinois as well. That's a pretty big deal.
It could be as early as September that Alamo Women's Reproductive Services opens its doors in Albuquerque to provide more options, as that city currently only has 3 abortion clinics with weeks-long wait times. Reporting Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Tonight, San Antonio police are investigating a double murder on the city's south side that happened around 3 in the morning at an apartment complex in the 1700 block of Pleasanton Road. SAPD says officers got there and they found 2 men dead. One of the victims found at the top of some stairs, another found in the breezeway. Police say 2 people were seen running from the area after the shooting, but it's unclear if they are suspects. This remains an ongoing investigation.
And now to new information on that deadly shooting in Terrell Hills. A woman now in custody in connection to that killing. We've also learned the victim's name. An arrest affidavit states that 34-year-old Maria Neely is in custody for shooting and killing 33-year-old April Longoria. The shooting happened yesterday in the 2000 block of Harry Wurzbach Road. The affidavit says Neely was playing with the gun before it went off, killing Longoria. Records show she was also charged with felon in possession of a firearm. She's been held in the Bexar County Jail. Her bond set at $250,000. Hey, taking a look at the number of monkeypox cases in Bexar County today, Metro Health is reporting there is no change in the number of cases, so there are still 13 in the county. The number of cases will be updated again Monday at 1 p.m.
Nevertheless, monkeypox continues to be of concern, so much so Metro Health is going to be hosting a forum on monkeypox next week. That forum will be held on Thursday, August 4th. It's from 7 to 8. It's going to be held at the Woodlawn Point on Donaldson Avenue. There will be Spanish and sign language interpreters available.
And as the fight against COVID-19 continues and the highly contagious BA.5 variant spreads across the country, the Biden administration preparing a rollout of booster shots. It won't happen until the fall, as the government has decided to hold off on rolling out the second boosters for everyone under 50. Officials say the current vaccine was designed to work against the original strain of COVID. Now that there's a highly transmissible variant out there, the vaccine's effectiveness has slightly decreased.
This virus has continued to prove more than a formidable foe. With variants of concerns emerging, it keeps bumping off the prior variants, as we're starting to see now with the highly transmissible BA.5.
Nearly 88% of Americans are now under a medium or high COVID-19 risk level in their independent counties. The vaccines are expected to roll out in September.
At least 16 people, including 4 siblings who were swept away in floodwaters, now confirmed to have died in the devastating flooding that has hit much of eastern Kentucky. But officials fear that the death toll will likely rise. And with more rain in the forecast throughout the weekend, flood warnings are likely to remain in effect in some of those areas. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis with details.
Entire neighborhoods in eastern Kentucky are underwater after heavy rains brought on flash flooding.
Been a fireman almost 27 years, and this is the worst I've ever seen it. Probably 95% of the people in this area here has lost everything. Houses, cars, animals.
Residents now sifting through the debris, trying to salvage what they can.
Anything that I say would just fall short of exactly what it is that's being experienced. I know people personally who have lost everything that they have.
ABC's Mola Lengi is there.
Those folks are picking up the pieces here in Hinman, Kentucky today. You see the force of the floodwaters tossing around cars, sweeping away homes. Look what it did to this fire truck, carrying it over here and wedging it underneath this overpass.
Governor Beshear has activated the National Guard to assist in rescue efforts.
Be safe around natural gas, around electric power, and be safe moving through this water. Don't walk through or drive through water with a current.
President Biden approving a disaster declaration for Kentucky.
This is still a very dynamic incident, and there's still so many hazards that are out there.
Officials are unsure how many people are still unaccounted for. The governor believes thousands may have lost their homes.
To all the families that know you've already sustained a loss, we're going to grieve with you. We're going to support you, and we're going to be here for you, not just today, but tomorrow and in the weeks and the years to come.
In neighboring Missouri, St. Louis is underwater for the second time this week after heavy rains caused more flash flooding.
Kentucky's governor has called this one of the most devastating floods in the state's history and fears it may also be the deadliest. Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
An awful situation there. Meantime, we're getting a little bit of rain of our own. It's been such a long time since we've had any good rain. And this isn't great rain, but there are some returns on the radar. We're seeing a few showers in and around San Antonio. We're going to get you a radar update coming up. Meantime, temperatures were hot today. 105 in Del Rio, 101 Eagle Pass. That's a report right now. And Rick reporting 99, Bernie 100 out there in Mico, 100 Canyon Lake, 102 in New Braunfels right now. We're going to talk about this heat, how much longer it's going to last, well, into next week. That's the answer. But what about rain chances, too? Again, we'll look at the radar as well. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Let's check out TransGuide right now. Our traffic cameras out and about. This is 410 in Fredericksburg on this Friday, and you can see traffic is heavy in both directions, but it's moving. So that's something good as we head towards the weekend.
And those clouds are nice as well.
Yeah.
It might seem to make sense, but the San Antonio River Authority is urging people do not dump your aquarium into the river. There are some non-native snails and fish that can be found more frequently these days, and that is actually an issue. The River Authority says the problem is that aquarium owners purchase these non-native species for their homes, but once they outgrow their tanks, they're then thrown into the river. For example, the apple snail and armored catfish. They have no threats in the river, so they just overpopulate the water.
These species, because they're invasive, they're not native to our basin, there's no natural predators for them in our system, and so they can reproduce at pretty alarming rates and just kind of take over the entire system and outcompete some of our natives.
You can go to a local aquarium and rehome your fish or snail. And if you'd like to help out removing apple snails from the river in a safe manner, you can volunteer with the San Antonio River Authority. You can find out more how to do that by visiting their website. The Federal Reserve once again raising their borrowing rates. Still ahead, we're going to tell you how that affects your credit card. Marilyn Moritz talked to experts about what steps you should start taking if you carry a balance on your credit card.
Welcome back. I'm Stefania Jimenez, and at 6, we're going to answer a question for you, and that's who gets priority? It's something many of you have asked after the Biden administration announced that it was making close to 2 million more monkeypox vaccines available this year. Clearly, that's not enough for everyone. So how is Bexar County going to prioritize those who get it? Also, we're going to tell you about the research that's starting in San Antonio to develop treatments and possibly other monkeypox vaccines. Our Jesse Degollado is going to have that for you. Also, weeks without trash pickup it's really stinking up the place in far west Bexar County, and people are fuming. Why the owner is saying that his company is falling behind. We'll have that for you when we see you tonight at 6.
Stefania, now to your money, specifically your credit cards. The Fed raised its borrowing rate yet again this week, and that means the annual percentage rate on your credit card will be one of the first things to jump. 12 News Side's Marilyn Moritz on what experts say you should do now.
Gas to groceries, paying with plastic is on the rise. Elsa Robles doesn't usually carry a balance. She does now.
Lately, we've kind of been relying on them, unfortunately.
Because prices are up?
Yeah, prices are up for everything.
And now a double whammy. Expect to see a higher interest rate on your credit card as soon as your next statement. If you pay off your card every month, then a higher interest rate may not matter to you. But if you carry a balance, it's now going to cost you a little bit more every time you swipe your card. So experts say the time is now to pay down your debt.
A lot of people don't realize this is new and existing balances that are affected by these rate hikes.
It's best to pay off a card every month, but if you can't, Bankrate's Ted Rossman suggests other strategies.
Get a 0% balance transfer card. That's my top tip if you're wrestling with credit card debt. These let you avoid interest for up to 21 months. That's a huge benefit.
2 caveats. There is usually a 3% transfer fee, and you need to pay the card off in the allotted time. Another option, get a low-rate personal loan to pay off your cards, or consider a nonprofit credit counseling agency. You can always call your credit card company and ask for a lower rate. It often works. Even more rate hikes are expected this fall, making credit cards more expensive than ever to use.
Credit cards, I mean, those rates are so high. It's really hard to build wealth when you're paying the credit card company 15 or 20% every month.
Bottom line, plan now to avoid deep debt later. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Meanwhile, employers continue to raise worker pay, but the increase still isn't enough to compensate for the even faster rise in inflation. The U.S. government reports wages and salaries for civilian workers increased 1.4% in the second quarter and 5.3% over the year ending in June. But after adjusting for rising prices, wages and salaries, after the rising wages, salaries actually declined 3.5% over the past year when you factor all that in. The super tight labor market during the pandemic has forced employers to increase their compensation to fill open positions and hold on to workers. That's adding to concerns, though, about the duration and pervasiveness of inflation.
And as we watch inflation go up, the temperature go up, and people finding a way to cool down. This is over at Fiesta, Texas.
Yeah, the wave pool there, very popular. And I can tell why.
Oh, it's so nice. So nice. You know what? We do have a couple showers on the radar, so there's that. It's cooling down some of us, a lucky few. It's not too crowded on the radar, but at least we do see a few showers. Let's get right to it. There you see some of that activity working in from the southeast. We've had a few downpours, especially on the city's east side. No lightning strikes or anything like that, but we do have, again, a few of those showers trying to work in. And you may see a couple raindrops on your windshield, maybe a couple in your backyard if you're lucky. And that's one of the showers there on the city's northeast side. We'll zoom in a little bit closer, and it's trying to move in a little bit closer to the Selma and Schertz area. That'll move north here over the next few minutes. Converse, you're seeing a few sprinkles. This is pretty light, but again, it may cause you to use your windshield wipers briefly. And there's a few other showers out there kind of similar to this. And I think we'll see a little bit of this activity going through about 7, 8 o'clock before it all dies down. We lose the daytime heating. Another little shower out there near Gonzales as well. Some heavier stuff actually east of Seguin and up towards the Luing area. And as we look kind of the big picture here, you can see that it's the sea breeze working in, and it's sparking off some of these showers. They're not moving much. These showers around Gonzales aren't going to shift a whole lot here within the next hour. They'll probably rain themselves out and then redevelop somewhere else. We noticed some showers down there south of Pleasanton as well. We've had cloud cover today, so that helps with temperatures, at least a little bit. It was still hot. We got up to 101 for high today, 103 Pleasanton, 101 Honda, 101 in Uvalde. Another day in the triple digits, and we just keep stacking these up. 49 degrees, or 49 days now, not 49 degrees, that sounds nice. 49 days now that we've been at 100 or more, and we're getting close to that 57 mark set back in 2011. I think we surpassed that, probably get to that 59 mark set back in 2009 as well. Right now we have dropped to 98 degrees at the airport, 100 in Gonzales, 101 Pleasanton, so starting to cool down a little bit. 95 Bernie Stage, 97 in Comfort, it's 104 still in Devine. And 2 points in the low 60s, so that's still allowing for a little bit of a heat index today. Thicker humidity off to the east means the heat index is much higher as you get out towards places like Gonzales. Feels like 103 there. The heat index in Boulevardia, 102. 106 is what it feels like in New Braunfels. 102, the current heat index in Castroville. And there is a breeze out of the southeast. It's been pretty stout from time to time, so we're going to get some gusts, 20, 25 throughout the evening. Shouldn't be a big issue. You can see some of these clouds trying to go vertical, and that's what we need. We need these to grow and turn into some of these showers, and we may see again a few more before it's all said and done. Southeasterly winds at the airport right now at 11, and the dew point is at 63. Here are the current temperatures across the state, and most of us are dealing with these triple-digit numbers, or at least some pretty significant heat. It's not until you get up into the Panhandle that you see temperatures fall off a little bit, 87 in Amarillo, and they're behind that stationary front. And this front has been the one that has produced all of that rain across parts of Missouri and Kentucky. It's still sitting there. So this is going to cause more issues to our north. And I wish I could tell you this would move south and give us some rain. It doesn't. It's stuck up there. So for us, just a 10% chance of rain coming up tomorrow. And it's mainly going to be south and east of town, very similar to today. And then as we get into Sunday, not much there at all. In fact, I think we see a mostly sunny day on Sunday. Our KSAT 12-hour forecast, 97 degrees at 7 o'clock. We'll keep in that small chance for rain, 95 at 8 o'clock, 91 by 9 p.m. Temperatures in the 80s as we get into tonight, and 70s by tomorrow morning. And tomorrow, high right around 100. Big surprise, right? 100 in Seguin, 101 Divine. It'll be another hot one, but just that 10% chance of rain. 101 Sunday, some light Saharan dust around the area this weekend and some more small chances of rain down the line. But as we head into August, this looks pretty similar to July, guys.
Boy, it does.
Really does. Thank you, Justin.
All right, let's head out to Southern California. And I'm guessing this guy's birthday wish has been the same for the last few years, a Super Bowl, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all that has to be left on his wish list. I mean, he's already gotten the contract to die for, and now all he needs now is a Super Bowl ring. When we come back, we're talking about Dak Prescott and the other thing about the nasty feeling he had and how he never wants to feel that again. Coming up.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome live to our coverage of the Dallas Cowboys training camp here in Oxnard, California. Very special day in camp today because it's the 29th birthday of star quarterback Dak Prescott. This has become an annual event in camp, and the fans come ready every time with their birthday wishes. CeeDee Lamb comes into training camp as the Cowboys' #1 wide receiver with Amari Cooper's departure, and he hooks up with Dak on the touchdown pass in practice today. Dak called today his golden birthday. He hopes to lead up to the golden year, which can only be one thing, a trip to the Super Bowl, and says he's inspired by those who have come before him, including both Aikman and Staubach.
Obviously, knowing the quarterbacks that played specifically for this team and knowing their legacy and the ones that we hold at the highest standard, the ones that have Super Bowl rings. So it starts there for me is trying to fill the shoes of those guys that have come before me and do something for this organization that hadn't been done in a long time.
In fact, the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl was January of 1996. That was even the last time the Cowboys made it to the NFC Championship game. And since that time, no closer. In fact, the last time the Cowboys made it to back-to-back playoff appearances was under head coach Chan Gailey in 1998 and 99. And many felt the Cowboys had the team last year that could at least return to the NFC title game, only to fall short on a last-second drive that fell apart against the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, it was tough, but it was easy to get back to work knowing that that's the only thing that can change that, and the only thing that I can do to fix that and to fix anything moving forward. So, there's times that you reflect back. Give Chad Bolin credit. I started off kind of with a meeting about that and showed a video of the press conferences, my press conference and Zeke's, and just kind of a video just to make sure that we reflect and keep that in our mind. That feeling's a nasty feeling, and that's the one that when you think about, as I said, you want to go work. You want to go do whatever you can to make sure that you don't feel that way again.
Dak had mentioned the name Chad Bolin, who helped the Cowboys reflect on how the season finished last year. He's the team mental conditioning consultant. And congratulations go out to Roadrunner quarterback Frank Harris, who made another preseason watch list, this time added to the Walter Camp watch list for Player of the Year. Just yesterday, he was announced as a nominee for the Werfel Trophy College Football's Award for Community Service. Coming up at 6 o'clock, Micah Parsons, live from Cowboys training camp in California. Greg Simmons, KSAT 12 Sports.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
We'll be right back.
Well, now let's check the radar. The shower over Converse has fallen apart, but we're seeing another little shower down around Elmendorf, and then some heavier rain out in Gonzales County. Some lightning strikes there as those storms make their way up towards Luling. They're moving north. A couple more showers this evening. Otherwise, it'll just be hot and humid, especially as we head into this weekend.
Look at Elmendorf down there getting some rain, too.
Yeah, it's wonderful seeing that. And before we go, we've got more good news. A very wonderful bit of news. We're learning the final patient from the shooting at Robb Elementary has finally, after 2 months, been released from University Hospital.
Yeah, 10-year-old Maya Zamora was released about 5 o'clock today. The hospital posted a video about it on social media. We have that piece of video, and we're going to show it to you tonight at 6 o'clock. But good news that little Maya is going home.
We'll see you at 6.